open borders, a system where anyone on Earth can take a job anywhere, really does seem to be an actual doable way of doubling the production of the entire human race. Right? This is what happens when you work through the math. But when you have math results that are this astronomical, it is tempting to say it's too good to be true, and that's just what my reaction would be. What I want to show you here is that actually this amazing math is also amazingly simple to do. You can do the math in your head if you know multiplication. It comes down to this. First fact, it is very easy to see that when you let an individual move from a poor country to a rich country, there is a dramatic rise in the earnings of that person. And again, why do their earnings rise so dramatically? Because the productivity rises so dramatically. If you let a Haitian into the US, he is likely to start earning 10 times as much money, actually more than 10 times as much money. Why? Because his productivity multiplies by more than 10 times when he moves. And this is not just Haiti, you can see in general. Whenever you move people from poor countries to rich countries, even though they are not likely to be getting the very best jobs in the countries that they go to, still they are doing so much better and contributing so much more to society than when they came. They are working on farms more productively, factories more productively, and also services. They are saving the time that is more valuable to save. So when you step back, you say, first of all, each immigrant generally gets an enormous gain, especially if they're coming from a poor country. All right, second fact, an enormous number of people want to move. Right? We know this in many ways. There are international surveys where you ask people all over the world, if you could permanently move to another country for work, would you do it? If you could temporarily move to another country for work, would you do it? And there we normally see that over 1 billion people on Earth express a wish to do this. All right, that's just a survey, and you might say, well, it's a survey, don't believe it. There are plenty of other good measures that show us very strongly the intensity with which vast numbers of people want to move. Another good way is just look at black market prices. How much money will people pay to be smuggled in from a poor country to a rich country? And the answer there is many thousands of dollars. Even Mexico, which is the easiest place to get into the US, typically to pay $3,000 or $4,000. That is years worth of income for a poor Mexican worker. So you can see this is a very intense desire. Given that we have millions of people that are doing this already, imagine how many would come if they could come for the price of a bus ticket. Last way that you can get an idea about how many people want to come is the US actually has something called the diversity lottery. We literally have an immigration lottery. What we can see from this lottery is about 0.8% of people win it, and out of those, something like 80% come. All right, and therefore we can step back and say, if we just said, you're all winners, you can all come, it would be really easy for the US to get another 20 million immigrants per year, right? And when you multiply that by other countries, just realize it is actually as realistic to get an enormous number of immigration. So what's the amazing math? The amazing math is massive gain per immigrant multiplied by massive number of immigrants who want to come. Take two enormous things, multiply them together, and you get a huge thing, and that is where that doubling of the production of the world, a doubling of what we call gross world product, that is where it would come from.